I'm afraid that in my weakened condition, I could take a nasty spill down the stairs and subject myself to further school absences.
Well, that was the voicemail I received this morning from Paul Rudy that he would not be able to work today to anchor the shows. Now, everyone gets sick, but not everyone calls in sick and is foolish enough to post on their Instagram. Just so happens that Guns N' Roses, as Alan and Sandra have told you, are in town, and it just so happens that one man, Paul Rudy, got to meet the one and only GNR guitarist / prior to the show. Enough said, so when he says he's sick, well, don't believe him. The San Diego State Aztecs will have to wait until Sunday to find out their bowl destination. It will likely be the Arizona Bowl in Tucson, the New Mexico Bowl in Albuquerque, the Hawaii Bowl, or the famous Idaho Potato Bowl in Boise. There's also a long shot for the Foster Farms Bowl in San Francisco or the Cactus Bowl in Phoenix, but a lot of it will depend on the worldwide unemployer. We call that ESPN after all of their layoffs. They have rights to all but 7 of the 40 bowl games, and they just may want to feature the best running back in the nation, maybe the best player in the nation, Rashad Penny, and put him in a bowl that people actually will care about and want to watch.
I've heard from Florida to California to New Mexico to Texas. I've only been asked twice by our athletic director and our commissioner who we want to play and where we want to play. Like I really have some say-so about it, which I don't, but I told them all we want to do is play the very best team we can play, the highest ranked team we can play, the one with the biggest name, whoever's out there that gives us a chance to improve our status.
Over at USD, the Toreros aren't just preparing to face a familiar foe on the football field, they're getting ready for an annual matchup with their crosstown rivals. Maddie Sinclair has more.
Oh, did he catch it? He did! Touchdown!
For the second straight year, the USD football team is moving on in the FCS playoffs.
We're feeling good coming off the Northern Arizona win, but we're not overconfident at all. We know that we got to play to the best of our ability every single week if we want to come out on top in the playoffs.
And for the second straight season, they will be taking on perennial football powerhouse North Dakota State.
If you want to win a national championship, you want to compete in these playoffs, you're going to have to go through Fargo. We were saying we wanted to get back here, so be careful what you wish for, because now we're back and we're ready for getting after it, though.
While the Torero football team is getting ready for the second round of playoffs, hoping to knock off North Dakota State, the Torero basketball team is just starting their season and starting it off right, 5-0.
Yeah, we're excited about the start. How we're playing. We've been able to get it done in a number of different ways, but I think the thing that stuck out is our defense.
But will the Toreros defense be able to stay strong against SDSU?
The history's shown they have the bragging rights as of now, but obviously we look to change that.
While it is a rivalry game, it is much more than that to each of the two schools.
Just to say it's just another game, I'd say it's a little bit bigger than that, but a rivalry, I don't think so. When it's hard to call it a rivalry when you don't play in the same conference.
It's a once-a-game year, and we're playing as much for the city. I'm wishing them all the best other than one night a year, and that's on Thursday night.
This rivalry even transitioned from the basketball court to the gridiron.
I have no knowledge. I know nothing about basketball except that you get 2 or 3 points depending on where you shoot it from and if it goes through the basket. That's the only thing I know about basketball. But if you want a prediction, gee whiz, come on now, we're going to kill them.
From the campuses of SDSU and USD, Maddie Sinclair, KUSI Sports.
Thank you, Maddie. Sure, we focus on football, yet now it's the winter season. Time to transition to the next time of the year. We have a Prep 6-pack. Here to help me out is another guy who wears a size 8 hat. That would be Mike Milburn. Mike, are we headed in the right direction?
Well, Rick, it's actually more of 8 1/4, but
here we go.
Enough of that. Here we go.
All right. Well, let's start. ASR's own Nick Baltz on the Mar Vista boys basketball staff as they are hosting El Cajon Valley. The Final Frame Mariner captain Carl Villanueva with the spin drive for 2 of his team by 13. Braves in the transition as Dwight Brewer converts the no-look bucket while getting the and one. El Cajon Valley goes wire to wire. The final 67-48. Mike Milburn.
Well, what do you say we head over to San Diego Academy? The Cavaliers playing host to the Sultans of Santana. Pick up the action in the second quarter. It's the Cavaliers. Gustavo Saldana, he'll get the steal, the breakaway, and hit one from downtown. He'll finish with a game-high 17 points. Just a few moments later, the Sultans, Terrence Simmons finds a wide-open Nick Bearhalter as he would end up with a big dunk right there. He, too, finishes with 17. Sultans get the win in the first-ever meeting between these two schools. Final 64-39, Rick.
All right, we go to Morse High School where the Lady Tigers hosting Bishops in girls hoops. Best highlight of the night comes from Camille Booker of Morse, who blocks the shot, then goes coast to coast. And she does the most with the reverse layup. Bishop's just too strong. Savannah May with 3 of her game-high 19. Lady Knights all over this one. The final 71-25. Milburn.
How about a little soccer action? Point Loma opening up their season against Chula Vista. We jump into the second half as the Pointers. Melina Curran crosses the ball into the middle where Caitlin Nevis is there to score the first goal of the season. Just a couple moments later, Curran gets the ball back and passes to Abigail Bates. She knocks that one in from 28 yards out. Pointers win this one in a shutout. The final 2-0.
Why do they have 2 nets in that place? I just want to know. The Poway pool, the Lady Titans hosting Clairemont in girls water polo with a Poway trailing in the third quarter. Amelia Peterson picks up the rebound and scores one of her 2 goals, cutting the lead to 3. The Lady Chieftains respond with Ella Denny, who scores on the backhand shot. She scores 4. Clairemont wins 9-7. Milburn finishes out.
Well, what do you say we head over to the Wave Water Park? RBV taking on the Lady Warriors of Fallbrook. Rancho Buena Vista's Colin Fun-Shilling with one of her 4 goals of the game. Fallbrook Sophia Wallery would score one of her 2 goals right there. Then RBV's Morgan Goodrich scores a goal of her own as they hang on to get the 1-goal win. Final 8-7.